Hey guys! Yay! We're back! I am 13 weeks now. So exciting. I can't believe I made it this far. Questioned my life several times during this trimester. Wow. But we're on the other side. I feel significantly better. So I think, I did a video at around 8 weeks when it was just full on. That continued, so about like 5.5 weeks until 11.5 weeks, I would say it was the worst. It was every day. Every day I felt so sick. Some days I threw up, other days I didn't, but every day I had the sensation that I wanted to throw up and that I needed to, and that lasted from the minute I would wake up till the minute I went to sleep. Luckily, my sleep itself at night was good. So as long as I was in bed by like 9:30, 10, I'd sleep through the night, and other than having to get up to pee, I usually didn't wake up at all and felt fine. So 13 weeks today. I did get sick this morning, but I think that was more like driving in the car. You know, I'm still sensitive to things. I think just realizing that just because you're out of the trimester or out of like a dark period doesn't mean that it's gone. So it was a nice, horrible reminder this morning, getting sick after being in the car, driving the kids to school, kind of abruptly waking up and being like, oh, I feel good. And I didn't take any medicine or anything. So yeah, I feel like I am pretty much out of the clear. And I hope that for anyone that's in the first trimester now, you know that you are not alone and that it's gnarly and it's unforgiving and it's terrible, and I'm with you, and I know exactly how you're feeling. So just know that there is an end for most of us. Some people feel sick the whole way till the end. I feel so bad for anyone that has to experience that. My deepest love, and maybe you can leave a comment and tell us like how you got through it and any tips. But for me, I really could trust and know in my heart that between 12 and 15 weeks, it would all end, just like it did with Kai and Leo. So yeah, so we're having a girl, 100%. So if you go back to my 5.5 week video, the first pregnancy video about us announcing that we're pregnant in secret. I didn't actually post it yet, but I recorded it at 5 weeks. And I share all the ways that we tried to conceive a girl. So you can go back to that video if you want to check it out. And I'm just going to answer kind of like where I'm at now, some questions that you guys have submitted, and now that I'm feeling better, hopefully I can do these more often. So as far as workouts go, I did the best I could in the first few weeks. I worked out a good bit, but I still felt sick. I'd say between maybe like 8 and 11 weeks, when it was the most intense nausea, I really couldn't work out that much. Like I would go and sometimes feel sick. I had no motivation. I maybe worked out twice a week during that period if I was lucky. And now I'm back to like 4 or 5 times a week, and I feel really good about it. I still don't have a ton of motivation, but as long as I go to a class where I'm guided, then I feel good. I feel best doing bar, like yoga bar, like a fusion, and walking, hiking, kind of like more restorative, gentle stuff, but still getting my heart rate up and toning and not feeling like I'm not doing nothing. Spin also feels good. I just adjust and go a little slower. What else? So that's workouts. I had some questions about my superfoods and adaptogens. So both superfoods and adaptogens, my philosophy superfoods and any other adaptogens, maybe maca, reishi mushroom, things like that. I personally take them during pregnancy. I think that they're the best thing you could have during pregnancy. Our superfoods are plant-based protein. We all need more protein during a pregnancy and just in general. So I would say go for it. I'm not a doctor. Please know that I'm suggesting what I would say and what I do and what I'm following. This is my third pregnancy, and I'm having superfoods and adaptogens when my body is craving it, because I know my body and it's very intuitive. And I think that these foods are really perfect foods, and you know, never in excess, but most of us wouldn't do that anyway. So maybe limit maca to a few times a week. And you know, same thing goes for like the other things we're not supposed to have, right? Like sushi. Like I'm still eating sushi, but just not as often as I normally would. And being really aware of my tuna intake and things like that. So be intuitive, trust your gut. You know, mama, this is when it all begins, is trusting your gut. So try not to go online. Try not to start researching things on WebMD. It's really dangerous and it'll only add to the anxiety and the stress. I want to get a couple more things. I'm going to come back to the anxiety and stress thing because I think that's a very prevalent thing for all of us. So I want to talk about eating, nutrition. Don't stress. If you're eating nothing but carbs and all you want is toast all day or bagels, I wanted bagels all day long. That's all I wanted. It's all I craved. It's all I could keep down. I ate real cream cheese, real bagels, sesame. It was not even whole wheat. It was a white bagel. And there's no judgment. You do what you can. It's like survival mode. You got to get through feeling like crap and feed your body. And you're still getting some nutrients from it. There's still some calcium. There's still some good healthy fats in the cream cheese. Like you're still getting nutrients. And you know what? The baby's fine. The baby is going to get what they need from your body, from nutrients that are stored in the body, from even pre-pregnancy. It will take what it needs to take. So when you're taking those prenatals, by the way, I was taking Thorne when I could, but it was really hard to swallow pills. So I went and got little chewable, like gummy vitamins from Whole Foods. So just, get in whatever prenatals you can as often as you can, and just know that's for you. The baby's gonna get what he or she needs from your body. It's gonna take what it needs. For you is what you're eating and prenatals. So get through it, have what you want. Don't judge yourself if it's tons of carbs. The baby's getting what he or she needs. That's my intuitive feelings on it, is that it's all good, and not to freak out because for several months you're having bagels and crackers and really simple carbs. Like it's survival mode and you just got to get through it and do what feels good in the moment. As far as my own cravings, I've been craving bagels. Pineapple, like cut up pineapple has been amazing. I eat it all day long. Fresh squeezed orange juice, like chug it. I try and do it while I'm eating something else, so it's not just straight sugar, but it feels so good to have orange juice. Also been buying oranges and clementines and eating them so there's more fiber. I, for 12 weeks, was disgusted by almond butter, chocolate, anything that I normally love. I was completely adverse to. It was crazy. So I'm still I just had my first almond butter yesterday in 12 weeks. I really haven't gotten into chocolate again. I want maybe vanilla ice cream only, something really plain and simple. And then, so now I'm gonna come back. It's already kind of a long video. So I wanna come back and talk about anxiety and stress. So I've talked to a lot of mamas about this, and it seems that all of us experience some sort of anxiety, stress, tension, worry. And I just want you guys to know that you're not alone, that, things come up during the pregnancy, scary things. I was bleeding actually around 5.5 weeks, 6 weeks. I bled a little bit, and my doctor told me at that moment that it was a 50-50 chance of miscarry. And I mean, damn, it just really sucked to hear that. And it scared me, and I'm not a fear-based person, but I definitely felt myself kind of raveling. And that continued. I spotted a little bit here and there, and it freaked me out. Like every time I pee, I check to see if I was bleeding, because it's just this fear now. I don't worry about it all the time, but definitely when I pee, it comes up. So we all have our own stuff, right? And so I just went to an appointment yesterday, a 13-week appointment, a sonogram, and everything was perfect. Baby's perfect. She's kicking her feet. She's so happy. It was so beautiful. And then the doctor scans up to my placenta, and she's like, ooh, it seems that you're bleeding. You're internally bleeding. Have you been externally bleeding? And I told her I was bleeding. I'm not anymore, et cetera, et cetera. Point being, baby is perfect. 30% of pregnancies, from what she told me and my sister-in-law told me, who's a high-risk OB, there's bleeding. There's stuff that comes up. There's things that happen. And you know what? It's almost like we know too much information. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we're getting sonograms every few weeks, the fact that we're like connecting to the internet, the fact that we're knowing all these things. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So I just want to share that I feel like we know too much information. We know too much about what's going on internally. We know too much about other women. We have the internet. Our doctors are giving us so much information. We're researching stuff on our own, reading everything that we can get our hands on. I think it's better right now at this point to come back to your breath, come back to a meditation practice. If you've never had one, I'll give you a quick example right now of what you can do. So close your eyes. Slow down your breath. Sit up nice and straight. Roll your shoulders back and down. Begin deepening the breath without much effort. Just focusing on the sound of your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And feel your sits bones, feel your booty, feel your legs in the ground. Feel the support of the ground underneath you, holding you, supporting you. Continue to breathe. Anytime you get into your head, just coming back to this breath. Coming back to the feeling of being supported. The earth is always there. It's always wanting to hold you, support you, love you. It's a constant. And now take your attention to your womb, to your belly, to your heart, and connect to this living being inside of you. Bring your hands to your womb. If you can feel her heartbeat or his kicks, connect to that. And maybe you even come to a laying down position to where you know you can feel him or her. And if you can't feel them yet, start to connect to where you think their heartbeat would be. Listen for it, feel for it. And know that this baby is perfect. This baby can't wait to be here earthside with you. And that you created this baby. And it's a miracle. And focus on that feeling of your baby being a miracle and that you created it. You created this miracle. And every day, as you breathe, you're creating even more of this magic. Focus on what's working. Focus on the beauty, on the mystery, staying open and curious this entire way. Rest your hands back on your knees, palms can be up or down. And bring your attention back to your breath. You are loved, you are supported, you are safe, you are calm, you are collected, and you are centered. And nothing can shake you, nothing that anyone says or does. You are centered in this beautiful miracle. one more deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Blink your eyes open. Hope you enjoyed that little meditation. That's an example of what you can do every day. Every day, connect to her, connect to him, connect to them, so that you can really feel grounded. And anxieties can just strip away, and fears that aren't real can just strip away. And even if those things could be real, obsessing about them and thinking about them isn't going to change anything. It's just going to make your ecosystem more tense. I hope you enjoyed this. I have so much more to say, but I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you post questions below and I'll get them in the next video.